go into the mulligans here. But kind of going on with the point that you were making there. I've been trying to play with some hunter that's not, just that doesn't have the buzzard in it, just to kind of see what life without the buzzard could potentially be like, or maybe with a buzzard later. And that is one thing that you run in. It actually isn't as bad as I thought it was, but one thing you do run into is that you might have a few less beasts in it, and you brought up a good point. Like, is Houndmaster really worth both 4 slots if you do that? And one thing I tried too is just throwing defenders in too, just to at least keep with the theme, the general theme of that play. And defender's actually pretty good there too. So it's interesting. People should definitely experiment with the hunter right now, or once the nerf comes out. Okay, here we go. So we do see an innervate in Naxxramas play from Koyuki. That's going to be so good. Shades of Naxxramas.
Yep. I don't think anyone's running Deadly Shot at the moment, so not really good. Ooh, Gnimsh hits the buzzard on the draw. That's not the most exciting thing, but surprisingly, it's going to be really beneficial if his opponent has the Violet Teacher like we expect. Not to mention that Haunted Creeper also allows you to split minions, and then you get like an additional doggy because of it.
We haven't seen the Buzzard Unleash combo yet. Kind of interesting.
Ooh. High main versus a guaranteed drop next turn.
Wow, I almost think you need the drop. Losing a high main hurts so bad.
But
he has 2, right? I
think
this deck has 2 high mains, right? Let me see.
It does. But you're playing against a fast druid who most likely will ignore your minions and try to go past you unless you have Houndmaster. Now, interesting enough, we talked about how Gnimsh might not have enough beasts to get Houndmaster value. He actually has.
He's keeping Reaper. Interesting. That's wow. That surprised me. Okay.
He has Hunter's Mark, so he can get some synergy there. Not to mention Kill Command is also at his disposal. So if he wants to get ahead of it, he can. Now, Koyuki can Defender, or he can play this turn a little passively and make sure his next turn can hit some good stuff with Druid the Claw.
Yeah, I think you have to hit here. You gotta avoid that Houndmaster, that potential Houndmaster play.
Jungle Panther.
Okay, that's a 3-drop. There's the Golem, a turn late. Both 3-drops actually a turn late there for Gnimsh. Really unfortunate for him. But that Shades of Naxxramas, he could deal with it with a Kill Command right now. I don't think you want to waste the Hunter's Mark on it.
I think you do.
You do? I guess you have 2. You have 2. And then you can play a bigger drop here. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shades gets way out of control to the point where you can't do anything else. And Kill Command clogged your mana, so I think that was the best course of action. Interested that he took an opportunity to develop Harvest Golems, because he wants to fight more on the board, versus the Jungle Panther wouldn't be able to challenge. Now, Koyuki's actually contemplating putting this in taunt mode, considering that his opponent just showed Hunter's Mark, so the extra 2 health actually is a big difference here.
No, I think it's a great play.
It's a good read.
There's going to be, given this is the aggro druid, there's not there's not like Ancient Wars in this deck, so the Hunter's Mark still not going to be. The play on the Hunter's Mark was still probably good.
Now, this is a tough decision. Jungle Panther development is so much stronger than Haunted Creeper, just because the Jungle Panther, if you can get past your opponent's taunt defenses, is a lot of damage. But the Haunted Creeper allows you to Kill Command and knock off this Druid of the Claw. And it's tricky because you have Leroy in hand, so now you're starting to plan a way for you to potentially get the kill on your opponent. But it really, these turns are super important because they're foundational. Do you even play just both of your minions here? Let your Spectral Spider get bullied.
I think you play both. Man, a swipe would hurt really bad, but...
Okay. So he's going to
Okay.
damage route. He wants to
going
kill
damage.
his opponent. And I like it. It's you have kill command and Leroy. Just stay consistent. You might even draw a Buzzard Unleashed and then pick up Hunter's Mark number 2. So he's
Yeah.
staying consistent with like the cards he has and how to win from here.
Yeah, less of an investment too. If he does have some kind of board clearing ability, and potentially loses most of the board here. All right, Koyuki's still in pretty good shape. Has a turn that doesn't line up perfectly. See how he handles this. I feel like a Violent Teacher would at least, that would definitely give another target to the kill command. Even though Gnimsh has been preparing like his next move to really remove that Druid of the Claw.
Oh, Chairman, you're cutting out on me.
Oh,
Little Robo.
Robo.
But I think developing Violet Teacher here is okay. If you do, then I feel like you're just really gonna ignore this Harvest Golem because most likely it'll crash into the Druid of the Claw anyways. So I think you should push for damage. You have Savage Roar in hand. You don't want to like play Violet Teacher and then attack Harvest Golem and then set up 4 targets for Unleash the Hounds. Oh man, I think Gnimsh should dig for Unleash here.
Yeah, I think absolutely you dig for Unleash here, and he's in pretty good shape for this turn already.
Oh man, unreal.
Ooh.
The fact that he dug in 16 and 17 cards with like this tracking now, and he still hasn't hit Unleash is pretty hard.
Houndmaster, I think you
kills the Druid the Claw.
Yeah, you can play the Houndmaster right now, and that'd be pretty good. He does have a pretty good play even with kill command right now. No, I think this is cleaner. I mean, if you use the Houndmaster.
Freezing Trap has been completely nullified by his opponent's Spider, and Web Spinner is not guaranteed. So I think just by process of elimination, just kind of take what you can.
Okay. Oh, he's still gonna use this. Wow. Okay, so he's gonna set up the Houndmaster for another turn.
Well, Web Spinner essentially killed the Druid of the Claw, so he's okay.
Okay.
He has slight board control. Oh, not for long. Look at this Spectral Knight draw. That is excellent. That is immaculate.
He might opt
so
for
he's really
the
contemplating
draw, though.
going for defender play. No, Spectral Knight just feels so good. Like this is so powerful. Like
Yeah, I
your
agree.
opponent just
I mean,
gave up a lot of damage on board, and yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's think about this. So the one threat is that the Haunted Creeper can be Houndmastered if for whatever reason Gnimsh has it or could draw into it in Koyuki's mind. So it's definitely a priority. Maybe getting rid of that. He could Wrath for 1, draw a card, and then Argus both of his Spectrals. It's not bad.
I think Spectral Knight's too hard to pass up on.
Yeah.
Especially because you have Defender of Argus. Like, this is the dream combo. Defender of Argus plus Spectral Knight.
Okay, here we go.
It's the kind of combos that you tell your friends at school the next day, and then they laugh at you for playing Hearthstone. But then you realize that you're the actual cool kid, and everyone else is a loser.
That's right.
Well, and then your teacher asks you if you did your homework, and you're like, no, sorry, Mrs. Jones.
I
did taunt up my Spectral Knight against Hunter. You're like, well, get out of my class.
All right, let's see what he's got here. Oh, he's going to go with the taunt, the triple taunt here. That'd be good. A taunted Spectral Knight is so good.
Gosh, this is so crazy. Oh my
Ridiculous
goodness.
good.
Like, you get taunted Spectral Knight, and you get double ooze that has taunt.
Yeah, so even the combo is, I mean, even the
Now you need
Unleash
to
is
unleash
not
it.
going to, I mean, Unleash will help, but Unleash won't clear the entire thing here. Oh, he gets it. Oh, that's really good for Gnimsh. He really needed it. Oh my god.
What a draw. That is crazy.
Yeah, and Koyuki not happy about that. Gets another Buzzard. So this could go
Yeah.
on for Gnimsh. Gnimsh is gonna be able to, I think, just keep going now that he's got even more card drawing ability. But he's got to deal with this board first, you know. And this board again can't be. Oh, I don't know. Actually, now he's got Animal Companion. He gets Leok.
Oh,
Nope.
well, I guess that's effective, Leok.
And
Instead of getting +5, you get +4.
Okay, now he can
Still
just
good.
deal with the Spectral Knight. That's huge. Just straight up with this that card, and now we can clear the board.
Wow.
That's crazy. Good old Hunter.
Well, Koyuki is really sad. He... Oh man, I feel really bad for Koyuki. He looks really disappointed.
Yeah.
But you know what? He played straight to what his opponent looked like he didn't have it. It was more like if he didn't have it, I'm in a position to win.
Well, actually, he was actually in pretty good
that's one way to
shape.
deal with it.
I mean, he was in good shape with that. It wasn't clearable.
Yep.
But then
There you
that
go.
the Animal Companion's great. Okay, so he can clear this off now. But the Hunter's in better shape here. I mean, he does have Ancient Allure, which is going to be nice for him to be able to draw next turn, but the Hunter's not going to run out of steam for a long time. He draws a Death Rattle. No, doesn't get a Death Rattle. All right, he gets a Houndmaster. That's not too great for him.
Well, it's okay. It's something. I don't mind dropping just like Lotheb hero power.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so.
whenever minion comes out, it can't really contest you. So you should be okay. Although, I think if Gnimsh is really keeping his ear close to the ground, he also saw his opponent target something over him, which might imply that he had swipe, considering he had 2 1-health minions. So if Gnimsh reads into it, he says, I probably won't even play my my Undertaker, because he doesn't want it to get swiped.
All right, and there's Lotheb, and that's gonna be a direct threat to the Ancient of Lore. He also throws down the Houndmaster. He doesn't want to wait. Just go ahead and really establish the board as the best he can. He got a lore here. I mean, just draw some. Oh, he's gonna heal.
You can't draw cards. There's 9 damage on board,
Yeah.
Chan, man. You're
Yeah,
looking at 11
true,
damage.
true. God, but he just has nothing in his hand right now. It's man, this is rough. If he just heals, it's
Has he tested for the trap, by the way? Or
No.
Yeah, he tested for snake trap. He
Did he?
didn't test for because he attacked a minion, right? So he hasn't
Yeah.
tested for explosive. Okay, now he knows
okay.
it's freezing.
No, it's not. Okay. All right, so he heals.
All right.
Stays
How
alive.
much damage
sure.
does Gnimsh have? Oh my goodness, high main off the top.
Yeah, and this is just where it just spirals out of control.
That is
Cool.
bad news bears for Koyuki.
Why not draw a card with that high main? Why not?
Well, you're not really using your mana otherwise. High main plus hero power is what you're gonna do. So you might as well squeeze something in. Although you could,
I guess he could death.
Undertaker
He could Undertaker. Yeah, he could Undertaker it
Undertaker.
too.
seems pretty decent. And then if your minion stays alive and you have an opportunity to trade to draw cards, you can.
Yeah, I think that feels pretty good. Undertaker into that. Just go. I would trade into the lore too. Just maintain that freezing trap.
Wait.
Oh.
Ah,
oh.
not bad. All right. Okay, so Gnimsh has got everything. Locked and loaded. He's got high main check, kill command check, mouse still plugged in check. Gnimsh is good to go.
His chair still works, so he can't fall out of his chair and break his arm or something.
That's awful. I would
Tyler
never.
style. You know what I'm referencing. You know what I'm.
Yeah.
Spectral's probably better here. You at least threaten the Savannah. He really needs to call Force of Nature, or yeah, just draw here, just so he can have some potential plays here. How crazy would it be if Koyuki draws an Innervate and then a Force of Nature back to back?
That would be quite crazy. But I don't know if he's gotten the ability to do that. I think Gnimsh is just short of killing him.
Yeah, he's really close to lethal here. 5, 16.
Oh no, wait, no. Leroy plus kill command is 11, and then high main and attack is 20.
20.
Right?
It's exactly
So we should be at
20.
exact.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep, exactly 20.
It's like, oh, where's my high main? Where did I last leave it? Did anyone see my high main laying around? Oh, it's right here.
Just like that, guys. Hunter turns it around with the combo
Nice.
and goes up 1-0.
Let's do this.
Now, Koyuki didn't ban this Hunter, and Hunter is one of its better matchups. Like, I think Druid lined up really well against it, and Koyuki aimed to snipe the Hunter with this deck specifically. So this is, I think, a bad spot for him already, because I don't think he anticipated the Hunter being able to run over his Druid like that.
Yeah, I agree. And looks like Koyuki's going to be choosing Priest here as his next deck. Priest versus this Hunter. All right, here we go. Let's see. It's a death rattle type of Priest, and it's got the mind control at the end too. So more of that Kibler deck than some of the other Priests that we've seen.
It's still
Yeah.
nice to at least have a thought steal.
All right, let's go into game number 2, guys. The players are ready. And one thing about the Priest too is that it's only got one Holy Nova, no Holy Fires, and a lot of ways to heal themselves here outside the hero power. So it's going to rely heavily on the start, getting those minions down. Undertaker's a good start. 2 Undertakers, wow.
Yeah, and you're going first, which means if you ever get into Undertaker Wars, you're at an advantage as long as you have a 2 mana cost minion that has Death Rattle. And that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I misspoke. If your opponent has the coin and a 1-drop mana with Death Rattle like Web Spinner, then it's kind of even. So there is that caveat.
Yeah.
Wow, Gnimsh keeps both of his high mains. He's gonna trust in the power of turn 4, turn 5, turn 6 high main. And let me reassure you, Chan, man, it is no laughing matter. 2 high mains back to back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that's a good draw there.
whoa.
The light shall
Oh.
burn.
Oh, he's gonna go-
going
oh.
for the value
Okay.
play. Well, his opponent
Go for
missed
value.
the Undertaker drop, so now he doesn't have to fight for Undertaker Wars, and now Gnimsh is going to have to make sure that his early game is stable enough. But he does. He fills in 2 cards that are able to take his turn 4 curve, and turn 5, turn 6 will be high main. It's just that he's going to be playing slightly behind, and these Undertakers are going to ramp up very quickly.
Do you play the Dark Cultist here, or do you actually loot and Power Shield? Powered Shield.
Must consider.
You could protect one of your Undertakers. But,
Protect him from
Yeah, the
what?
Cultist is
Oh,
better.
Countmaster, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cultist is good.
Ready.
The amount of fear that Houndmaster instills is just it's like people care more about Houndmaster than Unleash the Hounds now. People don't play around Unleash the Hound as much. They're just like, okay, they have Unleash, whatever, I die. But then like now everyone's like, okay, if I can help it, oh, nice roll by the way. He says, oh, if I can help it, I'm not gonna get Houndmastered. So does Koyuki spend his turn killing off this Leok, which is exactly what Gnimsh wants. He doesn't want to lose too much health to the point where he's gonna be in trouble.
Well, yeah, the Houndmaster. The Houndmaster can be just one of those plays that just really snowballs for the Hunter. At the very least, it usually sets up some kind of very great value play for them on that turn 4. So to have to delay that, or sometimes, most of the time, just have to force them to skip it is, really good. And let's see, he's going to protect that Undertaker for sure with the power. Oh, 2 of them actually. That's nice. Oh, and the circle combo with the injured. Nice. So that's a really great turn for
Wow.
there.
Well, he's gonna need some Hunter's marks. We'll see what Gnimsh gets off of his animal companion here. Misha would be pretty decent. Leok would be the worst.
I don't think Hover would be that great either.
Is middle. You can kill off a Dark Cultist, which is fine since you have Hunter's Mark in your arsenal anyways. But you really hope it doesn't buff like the Undertaker, because then, well, The Undertaker's can just become like literally unstoppable at a certain point.
Yes, it's getting there. I mean, it can actually be power word shielded too, right now, as well as buffed twice. Crazy.
Yeah, Koyuki wisely spreading his health, saying
Yeah.
these minions have enough HP right now. I don't need to buff it anymore. And he's gonna save his loot hoarder, so that way I guess he doesn't get overwhelmed by Unleash the Hounds. But now we see, most likely we'll see a coin high main. This is exactly what Gnimsh's game plan was from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Does he want to see what he gets off Web Spinner first, though?
Oh, so he's just gonna keep up the web spinner. Oh, if Koyuki gets another Death Rattle minion that can play, the Undertaker will actually take out the high main. How crazy would that be? No, he doesn't quite get
He
it,
can
though.
still draw for it. One thing I don't like about this Web Spinner attack is Cabal Shadow Priest could steal the 1/1. And I don't know. I guess the 1 damage at this state is inconsequential. It might be a factor if you're pushing for it, but
Right.
I don't know. Like I'm not. It's not that you want to miss damage or draw the cards because you don't want your opponent to get the value off of Cabal.
Yeah, I
gosh, this is
totally
not a
agree
good
with you.
Circle of Healing. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Good plays from Koyuki.
There's the Cabal, like
and
you were
there's the Cabal
saying.
Shadow Priest.
But he'll trade this. He'll trade this. Right now. Oh my gosh! Look at this Undertaker.
All right. Well, Gnimsh needs to Unleash the Hounds. I think you change your game plan from high main to Unleash the Hounds.
Yo,
I
he got
think you are
tracking too.
tracking for it.
That's nice. Had just enough mana to pull it off too. He's gonna need a couple 100 marks too.
Web Spinner into Web Spinner.
Oh, I'm still going with it. All right, still continuing on with this plan.
'cause-
Get those two down.
Now you can buff the Undertaker to 5, just like you mentioned, and then take out the first body. And now High Main's like no longer the top lion. He's just gonna be eaten up, because now the big dog on campus is the Undertaker.
Simba, man, it's Undertaker's.
Consider.
If Hyman's Scar, then the Undertaker's Simba, right?
I
Here we
suppose
go.
so, but maybe Simba in the afterlife.
Embrace the void.
All right, he's gonna be. Wow. Okay, so he's not gonna
Which is
buff
aggressive.
Yeah, he's
This
just,
is a
why not?
push
Yeah,
to win the game.
yeah.
And this is a lot of reasons why I didn't like playing
The Jaime.
Jaime on turn 6.
Yeah.
But Gnimsh still has a small window where he can push back. He's got double tracking for Unleash.
Oh, he's got 2 chances at it.
Yeah, I think Houndmaster. Start. You already have a buzzard, and Golem doesn't accomplish anything.
All right, see if Unleash can pull it out for him this turn. Oh no, he
Really?
doesn't get it.
Unreal.
Wow. How many cards is that? That's a
Let's
lot.
see.
Turn 7?
6.
Oh my gosh.
So
11.
at least 16 cards based off his turn position plus 2 trackings.
Yeah.
That is quite unfortunate.
Did get the.
Right.
He got a kill command. Can't kill anything though.
Well, you can kill the Alkanai Soul Priest, which is a high priority, but you die
Yeah.
to everything else.
Yeah, I mean you can't kill everything on the board.
You have
to the
to
point where you can
Houndmaster.
survive.
Houndmaster and kill something. Or, oh, I forgot about Buzzard and trade, of course. Unleashed now, maybe? If he doesn't get it, that'd be so impressive. Wow! Now at this stage, Gnimsh's RNG is quite impressive.
Making
the
up roll
opposite
times.
direction.
I don't know. Yeah. Balancing a little. What can he get?
Really? Still no hunter. Like how many? This is like 19 cards deep. I
At this point,
promise
he
you.
just wants to see how bad it is, so he's just trying to keep drawing.
It's like
How,
those.
bad, how
like,
much luck?
if you play Magic the Gathering online, like after the game's over in a draft, you see like 5 or 6 cards that are drawn after, just to see like how your deck would have
Right.
panned out if it drew, and like asterisk. So let's go into game and start game 3 to see if Koyuki can continue his momentum.
All right, here we go.
Uther! I will fight with honor.
The light shall
I
bring
will-
victory.
Start off with your Sarah.
That's an ugly hand for a priest. You need a much quicker start than that. Alright, that's better.
All right, that's much better. Yeah, I definitely need a quicker start against the paladin.
Greetings.
Does Gnimsh's, let me see if Gnimsh's paladin has any kind of early game.
The light shall burn.
Okay,
Probably
so
a zombie.
it's got a shades actually. It does
so
not have a
it's-
zombie chop.
Reporting for duty.
So it's Ecop's list, right? Because he has he has a spellbreaker, I'm assuming too. And he's running
Yes, he
Center
does.
instead of Center of Argus.
Someone injured?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
this is Ecop's paladin list.
All right, Koyuki getting early draw there. And that's why it's tough, man. When the cleric comes down, you just feel bad about duding. You are forcing your
Yeah.
opponent to use that 2 mana every time, but he's drawing a card, which is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is one way to scale into late game against Priest pretty well, that you don't have to overextend your... Like, you can keep drawing, and you're not overextending whatsoever. Because a lot of times the Priest cards are really cheap early on, so you have a very thin hand. But if you pace yourself and keep drawing cards, then you can put out a reasonable amount of threats and still keep it going. Now the only question becomes, is can Koyuki finish the game before he hits fatigue if he draws a certain amount of cards? In which case, I think he should be able to, because Paladin plays really slow, unless Gnimsh wastes card like quality.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that Koyuki didn't attack with the zombie chow that turn.
Did he not? I thought he just played it. So he couldn't attack with it.
No, the one that was injured.
He
He could have healed it back. Did he? Oh, I thought he attacked with the cleric and he healed the cleric. Did he not? Or oh, did he? Okay. I guess he did attack. I
So you
didn't-
see it in the match
Sorry,
history.
I think I missed that on my
No worries, no worries.
my screen.
Koyuki will have a little bit of trouble to deal with True Silver Champion, but the best card to fight against it is something like Sludge Belcher, because of that 5 health. So annoying to deal with. 5 health has proven time and time again to be one of the magic numbers in Hearthstone, at least for a toughness perspective. So that way you can survive a lot of important, like Death Spite's super popular right now. Swipe, of course, 4 damage. So.
All right, Kodo gets to eat
Embrace
or
the
gets to
void.
run over somebody. Got the cleric there. A good target. Oh, but you still gets that Aconite down and gets the damage in there.
Yeah. At least
Alright,
True
so he
Silver can
turns
kill off
6.
this body, though. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, Nim's just trying to buy some time. He is getting. I mean, he's down to 22, but he's trying to figure out the best moment to use that equality. Only got 1 at this point.
Is he going for an equality Holy Light play?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe clearing the with the True Silver too.
I don't know if you needed to do that, but you know what? Maybe Cups feels. Not Cups, sorry. Maybe Gnimsh feels. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gnimsh. I didn't mean to say that. Maybe Gnimsh feels like he wants to seize the board before Koyuki can do anything about that. So,
Yeah.
like, the priest does compound their advantage. They use buffs like Dark Cultist and Power Word Shield to stack their advantage. So it's something that he said that if you can take out the threat early, then maybe you jump out to a really fast lead.
All right, so protecting the Pyromancer there, but actually not really protecting him. He's just going to end up proccing it anyways with that humility. But best way to deal with the Karen is Aldorian or humilitying there, so it can just ignore it for some time. And Nip's trying to run a little low on cards here, actually. Really could use that lay on hands.
Yeah, Leon, like the Alkalite is the most important card draw engine in Paladin's deck, because this has been said many times, but it's important to kind of reiterate. Paladin doesn't have many draw mechanics inherently built into the class. You have cycle cards like Hammer of Wrath and Blessing of Wisdom as a way to spell a minion and then have it kind of get you repetitive amount of draws, but those are very conditional. That Paladin doesn't feel as consistent. So you rely on Lay on Hand and Acolyte. Or maybe like Harrison Jones, but that doesn't get you anything unless your opponent Thought Steals Tyrion or something. So the fact that he's not getting a lot of draws really matters. And let's go back to turn 1, 2, and 3, where Gnimsh was giving cards to Priest because of his hero power. And like those 2 or 3 cards in Koyuki's hand would be the ones he's drawing now. And Paladin would actually be at a slight advantage. Even though he wouldn't be able to do like as much damage and maybe be playing more minions. This is just things to consider when you're playing a more controlling matchup.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, kind of in a bind here. Not the greatest time to consecrate, given that you're going to be releasing Bane. And whatever menus put down, he's going to handle he's going to handle pretty well here. There's Sinjins. So he's just deciding to attack face here? Okay.
I don't think attacking face is the goal. Your Senjin's gonna die. Not your Senjin, your Sludge Belcher. I'm getting thrown off here, Chan, man. I'm off my game right now. Your Sludge Belcher is gonna die, so you just want to set the best impact I can have post-death with the token. And I think
you could kill the Undertaker if you wanted to consecrate here, but the Undertaker's going to get crazy value.
Yeah. Now your opponent can dodge the Acolyte by just pushing through and getting insane traction through restoring his Karen's health through Bane and then drawing a card and then like potentially playing another Death Rattle minion to buff his Undertaker. It seems like Gnimsh really doesn't care about Undertakers. Like it seems like as if he underestimates its potential.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
all right, it's just a 3/4 minion. Okay, it's just a 4/5 minion. Okay, it's just a 5/9 minion. Like how bad? Okay, it's like killing me. Who cares? You know, it's like it just keeps getting way out of control.
Oh, that's funny. Well, Koyuki at this point, he's got a lot of options. He could actually Aconite here and use hero power to help with removing the Sinjin here. But it looks like he's going to draw first. It's smart to do that. See what he gets. Maybe he gets not sure what he wants. Something to buff up the Undertaker? I guess that would be nice.
Yeah, as always, that's the goal.
Oh, he gets his Sylvanas. Doesn't really need it, but it does buff it up. Yeah, he's going to go with the Aconite Soul Priest play, though. I think that's good. Removes majority of the board, and the Acolyte's still not in position to draw any more than one card here.
Yeah, but he gets Lay on Hands, which is pretty important. Now the question is, do you want to try and address this board whatsoever, and maybe not let Undertaker survive? But I think you need equality. Like I think the second consecration needs to be with equality. So I think you do go for Lay on Hands.
Yeah, I think you well, you could go ahead and Lay on Hands first. That's true.
Yeah, you
Acolyte,
could kill
so
off
you're probably
the
gonna.
cultist.
Yeah, you're gonna want to draw too with the
really?
Acolyte here.
So now you care about the Undertaker. All right.
The board's so out of hand. I feel like he has to like dig for that quality because this True Silver's not going to do that much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
He's waiting to get like value off of. Oh, he's going for it now.
Okay. Well, he removes.
I thought he was
that's
waiting to get value off Lay on Hands.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Still got a huge Bane there, but definitely more reasonable board than before. And you can just wait for this turn to really get some value from the heal from the lay on Hands and still dig for the equality. But Lay on Hands is 13 this turn, which is gonna be bad for him.
It's Lay on Hands' 13th birthday. Congrats.
If only you were a druid.
If it was a druid, then what? Oh,
Yeah,
and a
you still
double
can't get it.
intimidate?
It's still, yeah, it's still. You could maybe get to it. Okay, let's see what he's doing with the injured Blade Master here. Just a little choppy on my screen.
Wow. Holy Nova is gonna destroy this board.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Koyuki ends up landing it and healing up all his minions. This is bad.
Okay,
Alright,
so
Gnimsh gonna
he
kill him.
absolutely needs equality in Pyro or Consecrate at this point. And he does, oh, he doesn't draw it at all. He does get an Aldor, which will help a little bit, but...
Reporting for duty.
Oh man, totally whiffs on getting equality there.
That's right. He's got 3 minions, which are great in addition to it. And Thoughtsteel can't take Ysera, but it can take Tyrion. Oh, no, it
That's
looks like it
Sylvanas.
took Sylvanas, and it also took Guardian of Kings. Not bad. Pretty good haul, boys. Alright, and Koyuki is very wise into not overextending onto the board into second equality. That's the only way I think Koyuki can lose from this position.
Okay, where do you start? You could actually Kodo the Northshire Cleric, and
That's not your concern.
yeah, you
The
can remove
concern is not the 1 damage, it's the fact that your opponent might kill you next turn.
remove Lotheb, Aldor,
For
one of the
justice.
4/7s here. Nope. Okay.
I guess you remove Lotheb with Kodo.
Follow the rule.
Yeah. Just actually the play. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. The Aldor Kodo play. That's gonna be really good. But he actually opts for the one of the minions with 7 health. It's gonna be more difficult for him to remove that.
Alright.
Great play
and then
there.
Koyuki just has to continue to press, just slowly. But he has the strongest minions. Ooh, Defender of Argus. So you can set up Sylvanas and Defender of Argus. He doesn't have to though. Like he just has to make sure to bait out second equality, even though his opponent doesn't have it yet. He's not sure. And then Gnimsh needs to play Ysera and draw Ysera Awakens. That's his hope right now. But he can't because he's staring at 13 damage. Like he doesn't have the luxury, I think.
No, he could easily die from.
To battle.
Well, it could.
I think now's the
Yeah.
time. If you're not playing Ysera now, you're not playing her ever.
Yeah.
Needs to be Ysera Awakens. Like this is the only opportunity to.
No.
But
got
then
Dream,
if your
then-
opponent oh man, if your opponent has Sylvanas and Shadow Word Death or Mind Control, you lose Ysera. This is bad.
Even just straight Argus. I mean, he's going to be pushing so much, 15 damage on him here. Oh, he's just going to remove Ysera straight up. Okay. Oh, it gets you to heal up. That's nice. That's nice with the circle of healing.
You know, Koyuki probably didn't really need to Circle of Healing. If his opponent had a Pyro and Equality, he was going to use it anyways. But at the same time, he's so far ahead that I think it doesn't really matter. The fact is, Gnimsh played this a little bit too fast, and then now he's doesn't have an ability to play anything. It's like the reality is, it feels as if Koyuki is the Paladin player, and then Gnimsh is like the Priest player in this matchup. Because the Paladin gets to a point where he doesn't need to do anything. He just waits out Circle of Healing and just keeps hero powering. And then Priest can't actually deal with it. Because whatever they play just gets bullied, and then Paladin just hero powers again. And then Koyuki is the one who does the same thing, except he trades on board and then hero powers his own minion. So then he baits out Equality, and then Gnimsh just dies.
Oh, he could throw a Belcher down too. Lose the Belcher, that could be annoying.
The damned stand ready.
Okay, just adds as many targets as possible here. Doesn't really care about him taking things like the Cultists. Ooh, okay, so he gets a Pyromancer and a Consecrate. Not quite enough damage.
Yes, I think he needs to steal Sludge Belcher
Let me think.
and then Lotheb. I don't know. Like, it's really difficult. Like, I think if you consecrate just to kill off the 2/2, you're not accomplishing anything. Just saving yourself 2 damage.
Yeah. Well, if you so you crash in the 6/6 and steal something other than the 6/6, at least and not the 2/2. If you steal one of the 3/4, 3/5, 4/5s, then you have to steal either the Belcher or the
Let none
You
Cabal to.
gotta steal the Sludge Belcher for sure. It's the 1 in 3 chance to survive.
You got it.
Oh,
You
and he
got it.
gets it. Yeah, secure it with Lotheb.
Okay. Yeah.
Steal Sludge Belcher and then defense it.
And now Sylvanas is going to come down.
Oh, Shadow Madness
Shadow
opens
Madness,
up that
never mind.
cavern though.
And that's going to be
And Koyuki.
lethal. Yeah, Koyuki wins the game. Goes up 2-1 against Gnimsh here. Priest taking down Paladin also. All right, that was I think that was a fairly.
Garrosh versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Victory or death!
Okay. See if Gnimsh can get back in this series here. Undertaker start for Koyuki. It's going to be. Oh, he does draw the Fire War Axe. Nice. Going to be able to deal with that Undertaker, and fortunately for him, man, Koyuki has 2 of them, so really needed to be able to kill those right off the bat. It looks like Koyuki leads off with it. We need to switch over to the game board here. There we go.
All right, what did I miss, Jan, man?
Didn't miss too much there. Well, you missed an Undertaker played by Koyuki, and then Gnimsh removed it with his Fiery War Axe. So
There we go.
good starts by both. Both really drawing what they need in the beginning here.
Made
Yep.
to fit.
Well, I guess more what the warrior need than the priest
Yeah,
need.
sure.
Priest needed his opponent to not have an answer, and like the Undertaker needs to be drawn, and you need your opponent to not have an answer to it. And
The damned
unfortunately, those
stand ready.
situations, only half of them came true for Koyuki.
Yeah. All right, Koyuki contemplating whether you should save that cultist for at least to buff up that Undertaker next turn, but decides just to go for it here, or just play it. Would lose too much tempo potentially.
All right, well, Gnimsh has Slam, so he can effectively remove the Dark Cultist, but you want to attack the Loot Hoarder first, obviously.
Yeah, Gnimsh just keeping up with this priest deck, and that's the most important thing. After this priest deck, just let it snowball. It's just impossible to get it back. And Koyuki fortunately has a Nakanai Soul Priest.
Yeah, you
Really
don't feel
really
good.
strong. Yeah.
This doesn't feel good to do. Like, to drop the Alkanai Soul Priest to just kind of be killed. It can get killed in so many ways, whether it's Death Spite or Execute or whatnot, and like those are all legitimate uses. Gnimsh could shield block here, and if it doesn't go well, then you just execute the Alkanai. Which you need to do. You need to get rid of this Alkanai. Like, it's a high priority for sure.
Mm-hmm.
His other plays, like Unstable Ghoul, are pretty poor as well. He could drop BGH after he kills off this Alkanai. Considering that a lot of cards are not going to utilize it, the only thing you're worried about though is Thought Steal. And if he Thought Steals something of significance, like Alex Strazo or Ragnaros or Gromosh, then you'd obviously rather keep it.
Okay, this not the greatest turn here. I mean, he's really got 2 options to buff an Undertaker, but wasting the Argus here doesn't feel too good. So, considering just skipping this turn, maybe and playing Care next turn. pretty hard to do that. I think you got to play the zombie and the Undertaker.
Yeah. You gotta do something. You can't do nothing. Doing nothing is one of the worst things you can do as priest. I mean, I guess you could make the case for every class, but at least there's other reset buttons. Like warrior, you can always brawl, or paladin, you can always equality. As priest, your primary win condition is control the board, and your other one is being able to burst with like zombie chow. But that's not even really a true win condition. It's more of like a situational, like, well, this happens to synergize with everything else.
Yeah.
All right, Lotheb seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, that seems like a good play.
All right, Gnimsh should kill off the Undertaker.
See how much he respects the Undertaker. Alright, he does respect it. Gets rid of it. Alright, now it's Karen turn for Koyuki.
Okay, and the Karen is not a strong response to Lotheb. In fact, Koyuki's thinking about trading it preemptively, so that way, when the time comes around, it'll be harder for Lotheb to trade in, and then maybe he can have the board. So Gnimsh might go the opposite direction and try and just get value off of Acolyte, and then just push for damage.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you don't want to push for damage. She might have Shadow Word Death. So yeah, you trade into it.
Just trading, yeah. One thing to note too is Koyuki already has the mind control too, and given that Rag is in Gnimsh's hand, it's looking like that could be a pretty key turn, key swing here in the game whenever mind control does end up getting played here. It's going to be, it's definitely an important card in this particular matchup, so knowing that you're going to have it for sure is going to be good. And
this was
okay, so he doesn't
peculiar
even
to
throw. Wow, he didn't put the Acolyte down. I'm surprised.
Why did he?
I guess he knew it was going to get stolen.
Wow, this is a big swing of things. The Cabal Shadow Priest taking the 1/3 is a very big deal. I'm surprised that it went down that way.
Yeah, that's the thing with this matchup too. There's a lot of targets for Cabal in this deck. There's the Acolytes and the Ghouls and the Armor Smiths. So it's actually hard to play sometimes when you don't have, when you're behind on the board, and you're going into turn 6 like that. It's tough, or turn 7. Oh, he's got the Death Bite now.
Yeah, I like Death Bite and Acolyte here.
Yeah,
you draw a card. He just played Cabal. Your next charge will most likely kill off the 4/5 body, or actually 4/4, or whatever comes out because he's gonna heal. And you'll be able to kind of evaluate from there. Maybe if you have the opportunity to drop Rag, you do. And then hopefully Priest will not be in a good situation. He hits a couple of dead draws. This is what you need to do to kind of climb back, because Gnimsh gave up his board position here.
Okay, let's see what he...
No, he doesn't drop it. He instead chooses to go Unstable Ghoul.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't... Yeah, he didn't draw a card there. I'm a little surprised.
He
could have guaranteed to their...
Yeah. He wanted the double synergy with, like, Unstable Ghoul and Acolyte, but that was a really greedy expectation from Gnimsh, if that's my correct read.
Yeah, and I feel like he's way behind right now. I mean, he does have Faceless now.
I still think Faceless is a little too weak here.
Okay, now he can swing. Now he decides to draw off of the whirlwind effect there, and okay, he's still.
Okay, well now Koyuki is starting. He can take this Cabal Shadow Priest and like take it. He can heal up and trade, and he's in such a dominant position. Like this game has completely gone one way, very quickly in Koyuki's favor.
And it's like anything that's Gnimsh I can even think of like for him to do right now to get back in the game. I mean, outside of Brawl, but playing any big minions, mind control is in play now, so it's just gonna be a complete.
Yeah, Brawl top deck's what he needs right here.
Yeah, Brawl top deck's about the only thing he can get, and does not get it there. There's not enough damage to kill him quite yet, but that mind control is basically any out that Koyuki would need for some miracle comeback by Gnimsh.
So as much as Karin technically gives Priest a lot of trouble usually, the fact is there's so much on board already that Koyuki just has insane value.
It's a circle too.
Yep, Circle of Healing allows him to replenish his forces, and he draws Second Circle, so that's even more inclination to use it, push for damage. Very good spot for Koyuki.
Crazy, man. Priest just seems so strong here, man.
You need Brawl right now, Gnimsh. Summon all of the juices within you. Alex Strauss is okay. But he's gonna get mind controlled. Okay, so you play Alex Strauss. Oh wait, you're gonna die to damage, aren't you? Let's see, 4, 5.
You're a little short.
9. Okay, yeah, you're fine. So Alex Strauss.
Oh
man.
Oh, okay, now that's definitely not the one. That's gonna keep
You Alex Strauss at first too, in case they have Shadow Word Death, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think you typically want to Alex before you rag there, I would think, because you could maybe get some scenario to
Oh gosh.
do 16 damage.
Well,
Okay, and this is over now.
no, now you need Brawl.
Yeah, even Brawl would. I guess he wouldn't die if if Bane lived.
Brawl
but-
and his Karin needs to survive.
I bring life.
Oh. Okay, well, he's gonna Alex
okay.
Strauss himself, but this has been a disaster for Gnimsh, to say the least.
Yeah.
Everything has kind of gone the opposite direction, and it might not matter what happens. Koyuki's gonna go for, it looks like a 50-50 to win the game. Unless I can't read the health correctly.
If he doesn't win the game here, it's he's looking pretty good. He's looking very, very good to win this game. Oh, okay, so it doesn't hit the base.
Rag
Survives.
just refuses to end the game. He wants to prolong Gnimsh's suffering. He says, "You did this to me. You let me fall into the wrong hands. It's your fault."
Well played.
Alright, and that's gonna be
Well played.
it's gonna be potentially it.
Work.
Yep. You can commit he had the opportunity to commit Sudoku,
gonna do
but
it?
not anymore. He even messed up his own suicide. He could have Cruel Taskmaster and attacked into it, and then killed himself.
The kind of game it's been, man.
Not Gnimsh's game, let's just say that.
Yeah, and Koyuki just that priest just dominated that game. It stayed ahead again. It's what that priest deck is good at. And Koyuki goes up 3-1. Just needs one more game to really finish off Gnimsh and advance to the semifinals. But we'll see if Gnimsh's shaman deck, wow, can open.
Maybe
Maybe they're not ready.
tricky.
Yeah, they're not ready. Let's see.
It's
Oh, there they
so
are.
hard to do.
Doomhammer.
The light shall bring
You need
victory.
the priest to draw absolutely nothing for like 2 or 3 turns, and that's just a start. At least, as long as he doesn't draw anything. Well, Gnimsh has drawn some answers, at least to some of the potential early cards like Undertaker and even Cleric.
Greetings, friend.
Yeah, and he has a drop as well. So you answer this turn 1. You have Harvest Golem. Maybe if you also get like Feral Spirits. Yeah, all right, not bad.
Yep, lots of clearing ability here.
Lightning Bolt use. So he values his Rock Biter that much. And his mana curve gets disrupted a little bit.
Can't do that.
A lot, actually. He can't do anything next turn except answer a minion. But it ends up being okay because it looks like he might want to Earthshock this.
Well played.
Alright, while Gnimsh does have Harvest Golem the following turn, so now he'll have the board initiative, which will be the strongest minion out there. And this 1/3 still can challenge totems, so it's not the end of the world for Koyuki. Even though he lost his card engine, the most important thing is he can get ahead of the totems.
Yeah, I mean, losing the card engine this early is pretty, it can be pretty impactful. He is down to 3 cards, really forcing him to draw, draw a little bit better. He does have a 4-drop, but after that, he doesn't have anything to really follow it up with. So I think, that might help Gnimsh out in this matchup. Again, it's a pretty difficult matchup, so he needs every edge he can get here. This turn, okay, this is a difficult decision for him. The Harvest Golem doesn't really...
Harvest Golem just dies. So
Yeah, it just
Nerubian Egg
dies,
actually might be your best bet.
Nerubian Egg and potentially buffing it next turn with the Rock Biter. Oh, looks like he's still gonna go with our Harvest Golem here.
Harvest Golem ends up getting sniped and you can easily just heal up. So
Right away.
Gnimsh is gonna go for it, but Koyuki doesn't really have a strong play either because it uses up 2 mana, and I guess Gnimsh is banking off that. Like if he goes for this, then he's using 2 of his mana hero power, so I think you're fine.
Well, worked out decent for him here.
Yeah, you can remove 2 things. Lava Burst is an interesting inclusion for Gnimsh. It could be his like extra tech to take out handlocks. Or maybe his way to beat race hunters, but he's probably banning hunters, so.
All right, still in the same position with the 2 damage Harvest Golem facing the 3 health minions here, and Shadow Madness not too great here. The Undertaker
Not
doesn't have
yet.
anything to buff either, so
It's
a really awkward turn.
Is, yeah, it's a little awkward, but if he got away with playing his his Akanai stayed, then he could have done some really cool stuff with Akanai Soul Priest and hero powering off of the Shadow Madness.
All right, so here's that Rock Biter play. He's gonna get that 4/4. Just keeping up, it's all Gnimsh has to do right now. But does he have a way to draw cards with the Shaman? That's one thing about Shaman decks. It's not very easy to draw cards because there's not, outside of Mana Tide Totem, there's no way of drawing it just with your class cards. And there's
the problem with Shaman really exists where a lot of your spells are cheap, and so it's easy to burn through them quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as a result, you're just left kind of out of gas. Some classes don't have good draws, but they kind of work out anyways, like Paladin, because you can always just hero power and fit in like with the big mana cost creatures. So you'll often actually have a lot of cards with Paladin that you can't play all the time. Versus with Shaman, it'll be like, well, I Earthshock this and Rockbiter that and Lightning Bolt this, and then you have like 2 cards left. So something as simple as a Thalnos or like 1 Azure Drake actually does make a huge difference for Shaman because it allows you to squeeze in the spell plus a minion that can replace itself, and then you won't be falling too far behind in the card count.
Yeah, it's even more of a reason why the Shamans have to stay ahead too. It's very difficult for them to fall behind and try to catch up, even though they do have removing cards like Lightning Storm and that sort of thing. But just from a standpoint of just keeping power from number of cards they have, it's tough.
Oof.
The elements will
Does Koyuki see a play? Usually when someone threatens me, they're about to do something pretty big. He just heals himself and passes. What? Oh man.
I think he wants to do a Shadow Madness plus something play.
Yeah.
Plus the Akanai
Shadow
Circle
Madness-
play or something.
Shadow Madness to take the Sludge Belcher. Ooh. Gnimsh is really tempted to play Harvest Golem, but that's gonna get taken by Cabal Shadow Priest, so he should hold.
I mean, a pass from your opponent is I don't know. I think that's a pretty scary thing. So I think I would have played it more cautiously there. It feels like a setup, when your opponent's setting up and he's got so many cards, or he's passing and he's got so many cards. It's definitely some setup for that next turn, that turn 8.
Yep. Next turn, this turn you can actually Circle of Healing and Shadow Madness now. So you can
that one too.
go for this mass AoE and actually clear the
Yeah.
board. Very
And get
impressive
the one.
play. There you go.
Yeah, really nice. Okay,
So
and
that
this
preemptive
is tough.
VM, foreshadowing. And he cleared Gnimsh's board, so this is a nice move here by Koyuki.
Oh, okay. Feral Spirit's definitely something Gnimsh needed. So he can actually clear this board and then fill it. He could even partially clear it if he wanted to, which is with the lightning bolt.
Yeah, actually, I'm more willing to part with Lightning Bolt than Lightning Storm. But
He's only got one too, so gonna
Yeah,
have to
'cause
really
Lightning
value
Storm-
that.
yeah, because Lightning Storm is really valuable against Priest because they fill up the board so much, how dependent they are on everything.
He's already got Thalnos too, so if he just rolled Air Totem, that's gonna be some crazy damage from the Lightning Storm. Almost a guarantee board clear against the Priest. Alright, and Koyuki just full of a bunch of small minions right now. Okay, drew a Lotheb there. That's definitely gonna help some. His Holy Nova doesn't really it doesn't feel good on this turn for sure. Just not enough value from it. Getting down to 19.
Can also draw more cards if Koyuki's not pleased. Attack, Holy Nova, draw cards.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you play the Northshire Cleric, of course, so that way you draw, but... For anybody not making the connection.
Is someone injured?
No, I mean, some people who are watching and don't really know exactly what they're referencing.
Yeah, no, totally. Not everybody is a legend.
I got feedback the other day, it's like, oh, you assume people know everything what you're talking about. And I was like, that's true. I watched like a Star City Games tournament the other day, and I only understood like 1/3 of what they're talking about because I haven't kept up with all the new releases.
That's true. But then you get feedback, you're pointing out all the obvious stuff. Like, okay.
Ah, a low roll on 2 of these targets.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to throw two of his minions into him.
He loses
Alright.
an HP.
Yeah. Now it's Holy Nova that's clear the board now. But okay, he can clear the board and then reestablish with the Undertaker and Loot Hoarder. That was a good draw.
Alright, so now over to Gnimsh. He can contest this board, but he doesn't have an answer to his Undertaker, and it just continually gets debuffed by every Death Rattle minion, so it's gonna be a little tricky.
I don't know, but those minions are pretty good from Gnimsh there. I mean, there's plenty of mana now to, you can take the Overload no problem, and you'll be able to play a Totem. And now you've got 2 Arguses. You're going to be getting some serious value. Oh, Sylvanas, that's a good draw. Oh wow, Sylvanas and an Injured Blade Master that you can Circle of Healing.
Wow, crazy. Now, Koyuki
Okay, that turned around.
has like
Real
3 targets technically worthy of Hex. That is difficult to deal with. Like, what do you even Hex? Sylvanas is probably the biggest target here, but then the Injured Blade Master ruins the day.
Yeah.
Alakir draw doesn't change too much, considering Gnimsh's board has not cleared the way for a safe play on Alakir. And Sylvanas demands so much attention that your board is non-existent anyway, so dropping Alakir means that everything will have to go into Sylvanas first, and then you play Alakir. Like, you have to trade both into her before you play her Alakir.
Yeah, that feels pretty bad. I think rolling a Totem here is... See if you get a taunt. Would be nice.
That's true. Totem first to see what you get.
Yeah. I mean, it determines your play already if you totem, because since there's only 8 mana. But see if he gets a taunt here. Nope, gets a spell power. Ooh, I think spell power is probably the worst one here. Usually isn't, but I think in this particular case it's not good. All right,
Cabal
Koyuki
Shadow
can-
Priest. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, and it's gonna even be able to heal one of these minions too. Your Blade Master probably. Oh no, he's gonna heal Sylvanas. Okay, can see that. Still a lot of health on the Injured Blade Master. And he might be forced. Gnimsh might be forced just to play the Alec here. Get something
Not
down
yet.
here.
Not yet. He's got Azure Drake.
there
Usually
you
a
go.
very powerful card in this top deck scenario. Like if he has Azure Drake into Earthshock, he kills Sylvanas. And
Ooh,
then
that would be great. Yeah.
yeah, and then Koyuki would have had to start fighting some minions, but still is in such a dominant position. I say you just make sure to play your hand here. Shut everything down.
Okay, just killing everything.
Let none survive.
Definitely the safest thing you can do against against a shaman. Might draw flame tongue or something. I don't know. He does. He might not even know he has only one lightning storm too.
That is
Rockbiter.
denied. You
expensive.
cannot play it. So, Alec here on this board, you can kill Sludge Belcher, and that's about it.
Oh, Sledge Belcher's so good. Well, Koyuki poised to advance here to the semifinals, unless Gnimsh can pull out some kind of miraculous turnaround here.
That's really... I don't think so. Like, there's just so much on the board already. The miraculous turnaround was making sure he drew something several turns ago when he had an opportunity to answer the board. And he has, like, no hexes and stuff to save for, like, Sylvanas, so...
Yeah, it's so crazy. He only had one Earth Shock. Does he only have one Earth Shock? No, he has 2 Earth Shocks in his deck. 1 Earth Shock and 1 Hex. Or no hexes. In this
In his
game.
deck?
Wow,
Oh,
no, in
game.
this game, yeah.
Alright, you were
So
talking about
it's
his
just
deck, so weird. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he has no hexes.
He has 2
in
Earth
his
Shocks in
deck.
his deck, but he missed 1 Earth Shock and 2 Hexes. This series definitely has not been the lucky Gnimsh that we know.
Well, I feel like Gnimsh didn't make his luck this turn around. As
Yeah.
Koyuki, by the way, draws into another card that affects the state of the board. I mean, I wasn't expecting Shaman to win this matchup, but you know, at the same time, like I feel like Gnimsh could have taken some different lines and
Yeah.
probably would have had much more success, given him a higher chance to succeed. I'm trying to count if there's a way to lethal this turn, but I don't think there is. So I just think you
Yeah.
continue to roll with it. Take a minion, attack through, do some damage, and
Let me change your
read him and weep him.
Your turn to bleed.
Yep, just formality at this point.
Let none survive.
But, you know, Koyuki really showing you, again, the Priest is dominating these games. You know, just pretty methodically, quite honestly. Just keeping the board, keeping them, just making very efficient plays there. No
All right,
huge
Gnimsh
bursts,
can
you know
kill
what I mean?
himself this time. This is what he's got to do. He's got a Flame Tongue, and then Rockbiter himself into Sylvanas.
Well played.
No! Gnimsh!
No, he doesn't do
We're
it.
gonna attack Sylvanas!
Do it. Did you
No, he
realize
wants to
you
donate.
can't-
He wants to give the Flame Tongue to him. Give the Flame Tongue to him. It's an offering of truth.
No, he doesn't.
No! You attack into Sylvanas as an offering of truth. Alright, well, Gnimsh didn't take the BM line that I wanted to. But it doesn't matter. Koyuki has ended the game mercifully, very quickly, and he is going to advance 4-1.
Yep, advances to our semifinals.